you have to understand that when you don't identify as, identification is a big thing. And I didn't identify as somebody who could sit in front of a computer and make a living that way, right? That was to me very foreign. And I didn't think of myself as that kind of person. And so to sit down and to do something you didn't think that you were able to do, not hating it is a good metric to being like, hey, you know what? This is interesting. Why don't I hate it? I thought as a person who works with my hands that I would hate this kind of work. I don't hate this kind of work. And giving yourself permission to dive deeper and to go in and go, okay, this is still pretty cool. This is really interesting. Oh my God, I love it. That to me was really powerful. And I'll never forget that feeling, because it taught me that I'm way more than just that thing, that person that makes things with their hands, right? Or that even sits in front of a computer. I mean, the inverse is very, very likely as well.
Savannah is my name, and I found Talent Stacker last June. I remember mid-June. I heard of Bradley on the Choose a 5 podcast. And so I joined the program in June, and then I got my first job in August of last year. And then I got this job last month, so March of 2022. And my role is project manager, but also kind of like internal operations, marketing, just like process improvement, because what's cool is the process improvement in our business can then translate into opportunities to show that to clients and stuff, which I really like. So yeah, that's me.
My name is Dayton Meyer. I came into the Salesforce world December 8th of 2021. And previous to that, I was an artist for 4 years, and I built furniture, and kind of reached a point where we needed to shift. We kind of reached a point where we kind of achieved the things that we wanted to achieve, and had that realization that maybe this isn't the route that we want to go down. And my wife, Savannah, had always just like rant and raved about Salesforce and this entire industry and just everything about it. And it took me a bit of convincing, to be honest. I was really holding on to this identity of working with my hands, and it took a lot of time to go through that and kind of walk through that, almost failure mentality, where it certainly wasn't failure. It was just pivoting. It was, there's something else better out there, right? And you kind of know it. And so she slowly introduced it to me, and then I said, well, let's just try it. I don't have anything to lose and stuff. And so December 8th, I jumped on Trailhead, and by the time I was certified, that was January 15th.
I had a study group, and it was amazing. We met every week, and we built out an org based on a use case. I think our business idea was consolidating rentals. So we were going to take on Airbnb. Yeah, it was so great. And we actually, I think 3 of us maybe got jobs around the same time too. So that was really fun. And so, yeah, that was great. And then I know you had a great group for your volunteer project.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those experiences where you look back and you're like, there's no way, like that didn't happen, right? It couldn't have been that good. And it really was. I'm still talking today to the people that I met in the volunteer group, and we're congratulating each other on these new milestones in our new jobs and stuff. And it's wild, man. I didn't know that. I mean, even outside of the Talent Stacker community, I'm blown away by the generosity and just how everybody's treated in this industry. It's like from the very beginning, this was very what's it called? Like, I didn't believe it.
Yeah, he was super skeptical.
I was super skeptical. Yeah. And I was like, there's no way you get a job with that much freedom, for that level of income, and for this much enjoyment, right? This doesn't exist. There's some type of scheme going on that I'm not aware of, right? And then the deeper you look in, you're like, holy crap, this exists. And I'm still shaking my head today that the checks are coming through and the people are still showing up for work and stuff. It's like, it's unbelievable. It's so grateful for the opportunity. That was one of the biggest impacts. I mean, other than getting your certification and getting to that point with all of your technical knowledge, this really helps get your experience and really apply and tell the real world story, right? Connecting those technical things that you know in your head and being able to look at it in a real world application, right? And for me, that was the hardest part of like, okay, I know what an object is. I know what all these different things are, and I know how to customize them and interact with them, but I don't know how to tell the story. And it's the real life story that everybody, everybody in the industry knows how to talk about. And so that was the missing piece that the volunteer project really helped me with, is applying it in the real world, and to do it with a bunch of people in my shoes as well that don't have a ton of experience. That was really helpful, and to kind of learn, succeed, and fail all together, and talk about it and collaborate. So it was really, really helpful. That was the invaluable aspect of it. That's the irreplaceable thing. That's the unique thing about the Talent Stacker program, is that it's this unique group of people. It's like you can't get anywhere else. You can get content, sure. I mean, you can get the content for free about Salesforce stuff on Trailhead, but you can't get this group of people unless you get into this program. And it really paid off for us. And we have relationships with these people, and hopefully we get to meet these people one day. I mean, they're all over the world. And for us, it's just an exciting, journey that now we get to kind of hopefully connect with these people and meet them in person one day, because they just had such a massive impact on us. You kind of want to just run up and give them a hug.
There's a lot of programs come with the community part of it now. You're telling me you're going to help me get a job. I want the job. That's great. And it was more focused in my mind on like getting certified and getting that volunteer project. I thought that was the path to success. And then I start connecting with people, and I'm like, this is the path to success. Like, yeah. I mean, for me, it was, and for you, it was both the volunteer project and the community. And so, yeah, it's very, very valuable. I was doing somewhat similar work, so it wasn't as big of a change for me. But I think like one of the biggest assets that you bring to this job now is that client relations. So we had to really level up quickly in his business with that. And you can definitely see that translation into basically just crafting that like really good client experience. It doesn't matter if it's a client who wants a table or a Salesforce org, they still want the best treatment. And so I for sure think that's a big asset that you brought to the table. And also your design stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And one thing that the Talent Stacker program really taught me was that those characteristics, those traits of the things that you've learned in your past experience are there if you choose to see them. Some people don't choose to see them because, again, like they have that identification, they have that resistance, whatever it is for them. But the Talent Stacker program really helped me see that, well, it's there if you choose to see it, and it's always going to be there. You always have things that are translatable. Our income has like tripled, maybe, like it's insane. And we're not used to that. No. We're figuring that out. And thankfully we have a budget, but we don't even know what to do with the budget. Like, where do you,
it's just, yeah, like Dayton said, it's hasn't changed in some ways, in some of like the best ways. We were very fortunate to have a great life beforehand where we got to be together and walk our dog whenever we wanted and go outside in the sunshine if it was a great day. And that stuff was fantastic and has not changed. But yeah, the financial side of it and that stability has been unbelievably just like amazing. And we're planning a move to the UK, and so we could have never done that with Dayton's job being location dependent here. And so yeah, so many things. It's a mixed bag of like totally new crazy things and some really the same awesome things. I am willing to try almost anything and give it a good go and see where it lands me. Like I've kind of always been that way. And this one ended up being a really good bet. And I'm just glad that I went that way. I think I also learned that I thought I would be a bit more interested in the technical side, and I'm not. But you don't have to be. You can do the project management side. You can do sort of other aspects of it, which is also really cool. Yeah, you go.
I think for me, the two biggest things that I've learned, one is that I shouldn't care so much about what I identify as, and to know that that's not just me. I can be way more than just that. And two is that just because I'm interested in something and maybe I'm really good at it, doesn't mean that the world the world doesn't owe it to me. And that was hard. That was a really hard one. I had the mindset of if I'm good at it and I enjoy it, it doesn't matter how much money I make. And that's true. That's not wrong. But I don't know if that's the right way entirely to think about it. And that might just be for me, but to know too that to go where the opportunity is, right? And that was a big one for me, is that there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of opportunity to grow and to get what you want as well. Like hearing Bradley's story was very inspiring too, because being so passionate about being an artist and building furniture, I seen that as an opportunity. Well, if I put in the time, and I build this thing, and I get to work 4 hours a day. Well, that's a big part of my day where I get to just do whatever I want. And so I kind of get my cake and eat it too. And obviously the salary is really good. And so it was just like a different way of seeing things.
I would say do it and definitely network. I spent a lot of time networking, and I think that led to me getting my first job pretty quickly. So networking with the talent stacker people is what made it for me. Yeah.
And I think for me, my biggest thing was the identification part of it. And if you can get over that, man, the grass is greener. It really is. And you can definitely do it. And you owe it to yourself to at least try and see it through.